What up, what up, what up? Hey, man, it's your boy Caleb Dunbar, CEO of Kingship Mindset. Let's go. So here, this is another live lesson, steps to transform your mentality. Excited to give you guys these gems. Let's change the game for you guys. Let's change the game. So let's get into it. So these are some live lesson agenda. This is my live lesson agenda. You're going to be learning about meditation, personal development, retrain your brain, long-term vision, do the dirty work, outside perspectives, accept change, make yourself vulnerable, sunk cost mindset. So we're about to get into all these things like that right now today. Let's get into it. So before I even get into this, the reason why I even created this thing was more so on the basis, I understand for me wise, ever since I changed my mindset, ever since I started the entrepreneur journey, the biggest thing that changed within me is accepting and believing that where I'm going to and what I'm trying to get for, where I'm trying to be, my dreams and aspirations, do I deserve it? Why do I deserve it? Like before people even say they deserve it, what are you willing to do to feel like you deserve it and know that you deserve it? What type of work are you willing to put in? What type of value are you trying to put out? But the biggest thing was that once I got around successful millionaires and other things in my network and stuff, the people that I've met along this journey, it changed the game to a whole nother level. And to create this lesson was just the basis of helping the average person, if they feel average, or just any person who wants to go for something, stuff like that. It's all based upon your mind. The thing for me that really transformed and accelerated was that being around successful people, they operate in the impossibility realm, while the average person operate on the possibility. They operate in the sense of like, how am I going to go about things? They in a problem-solving state of mindset. They always solve it. Versus the average, they're always like, oh, here's another problem, here's another problem. It starts to calling them because they don't understand how to fix it, and go for it. So that ability to fix things and actually just be a problem solver changed the game. So this mentality right now, and what I'm about to give you guys, and the reason why I created this was the basis to speed up that process. Let's speed that up. Let's stop wasting time. Let's give you some juice on how to go about it. So you got to understand the first step, meditation. For me, why meditation was so important to me was that I understood exactly, I would say whenever I read the book called Mind Power by John Keogh, actually reading that book changed the game for me. And that's when I got into meditation. In the process of meditation, my mind became more still. I got more clarity when I sit my behind down and actually decide to let my thoughts be more vivid. You start to realize everybody has thoughts of insight, thoughts of creativity, ideas and stuff like that they can change the world with. And you just be like, wow, I didn't realize meditation is started becoming a necessity. Because a lot of things in life is loud, distracting, and all this stuff, and it's all distracting from yourself. So the benefits of it is right here, self-explanatory, all the benefits that can happen, increase self-awareness, you get more into the moment, reduce a lot of negative thoughts, increase imagination and creativity. Think about it in times whenever we're young, why are kids so creative and have a big imagination? They know how to steal their minds, but also too, there's a lot of things clouding their mind because they're kids, and as adults, we protect that from the outside world. So meditating, it's a crazy gem to have, and that's what changed my life, to be able to have books and things in the nature published and podcasts. And of course, the next step, make personal development a priority for yourself. I've done this for myself, and it changed the game for me. Personal development begins with self-awareness. And it kind of ties with meditation. You boost up your self-awareness. And once you have a raised self-awareness, you are clearer on the things you wish to achieve from your life. It makes it that, you see how I start to compile on everything. With personal development comes clarity, even with an improved sense of self, improved sense of direction. There will always be multiple tasks looking for your attention. Everything that comes your way is always like, man, I got to put here, I got to put here like that, cool here like that. When you keep your root of yourself as the priority of making sure, hey, I'm good, what am I need to learn? Everybody else, I get to y'all when I get to y'all, but this is the center point. And when you know what you want to achieve, it's easier for you to see the benefits of taking action. There will be tough times in life. There's always tough times. Nobody don't not go through tough times. The more money you get, the more problems you get. I don't really believe in that too much because it's all based upon the lifestyle you're trying to live. So you got to think about those things in that regard of life. When you get more money, are you trying to get more problems or are you trying to gain more peace? Quick gem. Of course, number 3, retrain your brain by noticing 3 positive changes per day. Have to understand these things. Whenever you look to see the things that you're more grateful for every day, you start to realize there's so much to be grateful for. Like volunteering, when you help other people who are less fortunate, and when you start to donate to charities and people who are less fortunate, you start to realize how much you have. So, create a practice of noticing 3 changes a day that have had a positive effect on people's and your ability to do smile and live in a moment. By making an effort to recognize the positive effects of change for others and yourself, you retrain your mind You retrain your brain to see change as an opportunity for growth. Have to get in that mindset of looking for the positive versus the negative. It's so easy to be negative because social media is all a lot of negative. But the thing about it is people don't realize that if you put positive in the scale, positive and negative on the scale, you start to realize negativity weighs more than positive. Darkness has been here before light. So retrain your brain and start to realize I want my darkness to fuel my light so it can truly be everlasting. That's the real kicker right there. Now, of course, number 4, focus on your long-term vision. What are you looking to do in life? What is your end game? What is your end goal? For me, wise, I'm trying to live until I'm like 90. I'm trying to be a great great grandpa. I'm trying to see Caleb the fourth on this damn planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live to that. So the longevity term of vision is all my day-to-day habits right now to get me there. Is my health in check? Am I eating what I need to eat? Am I investing? Hey, am I being a service to people? Hey, am I becoming more and more valuable each and every day? Am I getting more and more things that's in my head out? So you have to change. Change is often uncomfortable, but it's necessary if you want you to grow. You must embrace this fact and look beyond the present conditions to your long-term goals and visions. Helps turn your daydreams into concrete objectives that you can work towards with intentions. It's very clear. And if you don't have a long-term vision, or if you don't understand what you're working toward, as men, the thing about life that, we got so many options we can have, but we got to stick with one and give it our all, and we got to live with the results. And the thing about what happens when a woman comes in our life, they give us even more options of things that we can look at. But as the man, we have to make the decision, push forward to whichever one that we feel is do it. And what happens. That's how we got to live. That's how life works. Stick with one plan. And of course, number 5, do the dirty work within yourself. Do the dirty work. Look into yourself and ask yourself what you feel needs improving. Specifically, take notes of all the qualities and attributes you've been delaying. How many things in yourself that you just like, damn, I'm really shy. I need to get better at talking, or I need to get better at being more outgoing. Hey, I love to sing, but I don't know how to sing in public. I probably need to go to karaoke sometime. Hey, I'm always damn late. Why do I love to procrastinate so much? Let me dive into that procrastination. What happens if I actually be on time with things? I'm just going to release stress within me. So I have to look at the qualities and attributes of yourself, start to work in those things. Start to look up things about yourself and make yourself better. It's like the game Sims. If you never heard of the game Sims, there's a lot of things that you have to work on to boost those attributes so you can get another job or you can qualify the things. You don't realize when you boost your qualities and attributes, you unlock new things in life. Like, for instance, let's say if you want to get in shape. When you get in shape, guess what? People are going to look at you like, dang, he's shaped. He'll probably look good in my clothes. Modeling gigs, fitness gigs. Probably get hired for a movie or something like that. Because you look good. The only thing you did was just work on yourself. That's a key gem. Do this quick exercise. By doing this quick exercise, just look at things yourself, taking notes, you get your mind ready to approach yourself from a different point of view. And it's all about chipping at yourself to display the masterpiece you are. We're all masterpieces. We're all constantly chipping. But everything you see in life that's a masterpiece, the artist or whoever chipped it can definitely tell you some things that's wrong with it. So what does that tell you? A masterpiece is still a masterpiece. But there's no such thing as perfection. There's a masterpiece. So do the work yourself. Do the dirty work within yourself. And of course, number 6, listen to trusted outside perspectives. I had to. When you go into the realm of entrepreneurship or in a realm of learning a new job, a new skill, and start fighting or like that, you always have to listen to somebody else who knows that familiar grounds of life. That's just how it works. Life wouldn't have got this far if people didn't do that. Like Albert Einstein, probably Albert Einstein nowadays won't nearly be as known as how he was back in the day because his smartness is the average shit nowadays. It's the average person. It's like sports. The sports and these kids and everybody get more and more better. When they go to the NBA, it's like everybody like damn near Allen Iverson. Everybody's like Kobe, like because everybody learned and mastered those skills. So it's all about understanding outside perspectives a lot. So an outer's perspective can breathe fresh life and insight into your thinking. In fact, it often takes someone with a different point of view to recognize opportunities for change and strategic advantage. Their perspectives can help you to draw different meanings and conclusions from the same set of facts. I think that's self-explanatory, understanding the mechanism of, like, let's say if you had a mentor. If you're going into a realm of you're not familiar with, you always seek help. You always seek somebody who knows the grounds and the realm of where you're trying to go to. So outside perspectives is everything whenever you're getting a new mentality, just like right now. Number 7, accept that change will happen with or without you. That's just how life works. Accept 3 things. Life is short, time is precious, and your ego is always in the need of a short, or should I say, a shot of humility. Every idea has a life and an evolution. Change is a natural and necessity part of that evolutionary cycle, just like the picture. Sometimes you got to go into a cocoon. Like for me in particularly, I realized that I need to create my own focus zone to get further in life. versus if I have everybody around, all these distractions, all this thing like that, all the temptation. When you eliminate everything around, you start to really see if you're really ready or you really want what you want. So what do you do in your free time to get that? And guess what? The world ain't gonna stop. So for you, the only thing that's stopping or only thing that's wasting is your time. We can't control time, but we damn sure can control our actions with the time that's being spent. Think about it in that regard. Think about that. Now, of course, this number right here, number 8. Make yourself vulnerable to others. It took me a while to get this one unpacked. But the real key to being vulnerable with everybody, you got to understand. I mean, you have to be vulnerable. Like, let's say if you're in unfamiliar territory, you're going to be vulnerable. Like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me? You have to understand that. That's the mentality. You're trying to gain something. And I guess along the way, the more and more you learn, the more and more you do. Guess what? The people around you who will look up to you, they're going to ask you the same things. So you got to be vulnerable and open to receiving those type of energies. Understanding this the quickest way. So being vulnerable with others is a way to foster intimacy. It can deepen your compassion, empathy, and connections to others in your life. Improve self-acceptance. Being vulnerable allows you to accept and embrace different aspects of yourself. This can foster great confidence and authenticity. Probably said the word wrong, but y'all know the word that I'm saying. So in that regard, you have to understand that for me, whenever I became more vulnerable, I start to see myself a little bit differently. And the reason why is that I'm seeing myself like, I'm willing to open myself up to get to where I need to go. Because I understand if I'm being closed-minded, how I'm going to get to where I need to go to, because I've never been there before. I have to open up. I have to tell people how I'm feeling. I have to feel like that in order for me to comfortably get to where I need to go to. It goes with it. If I stay closed-minded, how I'm going to get there? That's the quickest way possible. So make yourself open. Change the mentality. All these key points are based upon changing your mentality. You have to understand these things. And of course, number 9, eliminate your sunk costs mindset. Now, this is the big one. The more time and effort you've invested in something, the more likely you are to stay attached to it. That right there is something different, that line. And I can relate that more so to my previous relationships. I didn't want to let my recent one go because I did so much. And I was attached to it. But you got to understand this next line. Even if pivoting or walking away is the sounder choice, don't let the fear of losing what you've invested guide your decision making. Think rationally about the rewards of continuing down a path or forging a new one. You have to understand the biggest key is about letting go first. You have to let go of everything. You got to be willing to lose everything that's been holding you back, or even if you don't know what's holding you back, you got to lose everything, and now nothing is holding you back besides you. Now, at that point in time, you have to have a talk with yourself. Do I really want this? If I really want this, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what. And by now having that mindset, of my now understanding, identifying everything around you, now having not that much time and effort spent on everything, everything's gone. Now you put all that time and effort into yourself. And now guess what? Now the person who you are right now is not the person who you need to be to get to where you need to get to. So you even have to let yourself go sometime and reach out for help and open up for that. And that's what this is for. That's why I'm here. So to really summary all this up and all this dope things about this lesson to really grasp and transforming your mentality. Now learning the layers of a growth mindset. You know that you can change over time, and therefore you are more open to reflect, learn, and grow from challenges. That's the biggest key right there, challenges. Because failure is less threatening. You are more willing to embrace life's challenges. Take feedback as a learning opportunity and continue to grow and grow throughout life. Can't say that any better, brother. I can't say that any better, sis. It's all based upon, in order to get to where you want to get to, you have to transcend. You have to change your mentality. You have to transform it. Because guess what? Your current mentality is possibly holding you back to where you're trying to go. And it's probably not your whole mentality if you go to those levels of maturity and go to those levels of the layers that you have within yourself. Probably one of these actual key pointers was the exact thing you needed to actually break down, revamp, re-gear, and let the machine go to a whole nother frequency of movement for yourself to get there. And of course, with everything being said, you are welcome. I can't stress it enough to message me the word transform if you would like more exclusive insight and direct advice. And here's what you can reach out to get me. Of course, Caleb Dunbar at Facebook or at IG at Kingship Mindset. You got to see me with more lessons and blessings on there as well to just gain the gems. And of course, you can reach out to me on Gmail, calebisra@gmail.com. I would hope to hear from you guys soon. And of course, this is a dope, quick lesson on the gems on how to actually transcend your mindset, actually transcend your mentality to be able to unlock certain layers of it, move some things out the way, and also just entirely understand that you hold you accountable. In life, I learned that there ain't no right or wrong answer. The thing about what makes it wrong is that I told and proclaimed where I want to be at. And if I'm not going there or not chipping to get there, then I'm wrong to me. You got to be bold enough to be able to be that way. And actually, it reflects to yourself if you really want to be better. So the question you got to ask yourself, do you want to be better? I'll leave you with that. So take care.